What is happening, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Over the Net podcast on AN Sports. As you can see, I'm a happy man today because my favorite tennis player, one of my favorite athletes, my second favorite athlete of all time, behind Cristiano Ronaldo, the second, my second most favorite sportsman of all time, the greatest tennis player in the history of the game, Novak Djokovic, is through to the Australian Open final. After all the grief I've been through with Djokovic in the last year, not making a single Grand Slam final since 2024, not winning a single slam. That Olympics final hit different. When Djokovic won the Olympics, that hit different. Now he's going for number 25. The number 25 that he's been chasing for 2.5 years. 2.5 years. Because I don't want to look back at Wimbledon in 2024. Not. I look back to Olympics. I look back to the Olympics final. People say Olympics don't matter. It does now. It does now. It only matters when it's not Novak, isn't it? It only matters when it's not Novak. When it's Novak, it doesn't matter. We're in the final. I'm not gonna get too gassed. I'm not gonna get over the top. We need to win that final on Sunday. And we, as in we, Djokovic, the Djokovic army, the Djokovic army, including myself, I will be supporting him on Sunday, big time. My favorite tennis player ever. Nothing will change. Once this man leaves tennis, I don't think I'll watch tennis properly again. I don't think I can. I don't think I can, bro. I've had too much of an attachment to Djokovic to have an attachment to someone else like this. It's almost as if, like, you know, you're cheating on your favorite player, you know. But you know what? I don't really care. I don't want to think about it right now. I just want to think about Sunday. I just want to think about trying to get that win, number 25, big time. But I have Agustia here. That was a roller coaster of emotions. I've been spamming you all game. I said to you, bro, if there's a time, it's now. And it happened today. I'm looking at that Grand Slam final on Sunday. The pressure is gonna be crazy, man. Even me as a fan, it'll feel like I'm the one playing. Really and truly. I'm just gonna be on my couch praying to God that Djokovic paused in advance, comes out on top. But I'll let you have the floor. I didn't want to go on for more than 3 minutes. I don't want to go on for more than 3 minutes. I mean, please.
My mouth hurts. I can't stop smiling. My eyes are watery. I don't know why. My feet are sore. You're the only one that will get that reference. You're welcome in advance, by the way. Everything you said, Ekevin, emotional, extraordinary, excellent. For those who don't know, I'm a lifelong Roger Federer fan. Ekevin knows he's my favorite athlete of all time. I've been watching Federer for as long as I've been born. Djokovic has been my mortal adversary. But over the last decade, things change. Principles change. And Djokovic, the man that was once the most hated man ever, has become the most universally hailed as the best of all time. And today what we witness from him is the perfect metaphor for his entirety of his career. The underdog, the man that is written off by the masses, trying to disrupt the duopoly at the apex of his powers, either on the younger side or the older side, not in his generation. And then he faces off with them. He goes toe-to-toe with them. He faces off in a 5-set thriller with every shot in the book, every imaginable sequence, and all the plot twists that even Christopher Nolan probably couldn't fathom. Yet, with history, with the winningest history on the line, those are the stakes. Yet cometh the hour, cometh the moment, cometh the man, every single time, regardless of the competition, regardless of the complexity, regardless of the controversy, regardless of the circumstances, Djokovic soaks up all the pressure, prevails in the most important moments, and reigns supreme, somehow defying every sense of logic, reason, and explanation. And this is what Djokovic did today. The man he faced off, Jannik Sinner, everyone thought he had taken Djokovic's throne as the king of Melbourne. Won the last 2 Australian Opens. Humiliated Djokovic in the last 5 meetings. A 5-0 head.
Nobody will ever take that crown away from Djokovic, even if they're still winning even if they're winning when Djokovic is not here anymore. Djokovic
Absolutely.
He'll always be the king of Melbourne, and I don't care. And I need that to remain on his head on Sunday.
Today, it's okay. I love the passion. I love the dedication because that's what Djokovic showed today. Today, his heart was second to none, and his mentality. That is the reason he won. He produced one of the most unthinkable feats. Everybody, Djokovic, Ekefin, I called you Djokovic because I'm starstruck. There's so many thoughts in my head right now. Even you yourself, as one of Djokovic's biggest supporters, you borderline wrote him off. And I've never seen you do that before.
Bro, I've been through so much. I've seen everything, bro, pretty much. I obviously didn't see the first 8 Grand Slams. I didn't see him win other Grand Slams. Bro, I was watching it when I started watching him, I was a teenager, when he hadn't even won 10 Grand Slams. I'm now 20, should I reveal my age? Whatever. 20. I'm now 26. I'm not 26, bro. And I've been watching Djokovic for 13 years. Almost more than 13 years. My first ever Djokovic match where I properly watched, or the game that I really cared most about, paid most attention to, was Wimbledon final 2013 when he got slapped by Andy Murray. Believe it or not, I chose Djokovic after that game.
Wow.
Believe it or not, I said, fuck that. My family went against Novak. I will go against my family. You supported against Novak. I'll get my revenge. We got our revenge. We're now the most successful tennis. Now he's not the most successful tennis player of all time. Most successful tennis player of all time. Most ATP finals. Most slams. An Olympic gold. I've seen that all. Bro. I may not have seen every single title, but I've seen a lot of it. And I will flex that. I don't give a shit. Because you know why? Do you know why? There's people telling me, why do you support the best? But I thought Federer was the best at the time. I thought Federer was the best at the time. I didn't choose the best. I'm stuck with the best, but supported him when he was not the best. So the day he retires, bro, it's gonna hit me so much. It's gonna hit me. It's gonna hurt me. But at the same time, I will get it. And I need that final. I need him. I don't think you people know how desperate I am to see that win on Sunday. I will sacrifice Man United's game against Fulham for this. I don't give a shit. I will sacrifice Man United's 3 points against Fulham for this. I don't care. I'm gonna care about Djokovic's game a lot more. I'm a United fan, and trust me, I care about United more. I care about United the most of anything. But on Sunday, I will do whatever it takes to see Novak win. I will whatever it takes on Sunday for Novak to win. I don't give a shit. I need that 25 big time. You don't know how much I need it. And next week is gonna be one of the most important weeks of my of my life watching sports. Next week, my New England Patriots are in the Super Bowl. This year, January, on the 1st of February, Novak Djokovic is in the Australian Open final. This week is going to be so important, and I will be on it. I'm gonna be grinding. I'm gonna grind all week. This week is gonna be a big week, man. Big week. I don't think you know how much this week's gonna be. It's gonna be pressure from Sunday till next. Augustia is laughing, but you know what? I don't care. Whatever pause there was in between, I couldn't give a flying fuck. Because I'm gonna be supporting my man on Sunday. And next weekend, my I'll call it football. for the time being, because they call it football. I don't think it's football, but whatever. My football team, the New England Patriots, are in the Super Bowl. We're in the Super Bowl. So, yeah, man. I need that, man. Big time. Big time, bro. I'm sorry I keep on going on and on and on and on. Big up to you, my guy. Hope you're blessed, man, Zoltan. Big up to you, bro. Hope you're good. Sinner can never replace Novak. 110%. 110%. 110%. He can never replace Novak. He can never. Facts. I don't like Yannick Sinner. This win meant so much. I don't care. You do, Augusta. You don't understand how before the game you and I were going not really back and forth, but I was telling you how much I didn't like Yannick Sinner and how much I was sick of him making the final because of certain something. I'm not going to mention on the stream, but you know what I was going on about, right? So something that happened in 2024. I'm not going to reveal about failing certain tests. About saying I'm not going to reveal it. Novak has surpassed everyone, but I think Novak will be around tennis in some form. I hope, bro. I hope this is the form that Novak goes into every single Grand Slam. He's playing on one leg. He's been playing on one leg, bro. One leg. He got injured last. I don't remember who he got injured against. One of the games he got injured, and he had to wrap. He had to put a wrap around his toe. You know. I don't think you guys know how much I really want to win, man. I don't think you know how much I want this to be a win, man. You can go on and on, but because today was amazing. Every win was a championship game for Novak. I don't think he has to win it all to make it memorable. Yeah, but still, though, don't forget the record. The record. He needs to keep it. We need to have that record. We need to maintain that record. You know what I mean? Big up to my guy Sanchez, bro. Hope you're good, my guy. Hope you're blessed. Joker's winning place to bet. I don't bet. I'm not a betting man, but if you guys want to bet, feel free. Feel free to put money on the table if you like. Gustia, I went on for 6 minutes or plus. Please, floor is yours again. I didn't mean to go on and on and on.
Akivin, the pleasure's all mine. I love seeing how fulfilling this is for you. And everything Akivin said, as a friend, as a witness, as a competitor on the court, I can attest to that. The guy had a loyalty in abundance. He supported Djokovic when it was unpopular. And even during the pandemic.
I saw him in the Tennis World Cup too.
Yeah, I mean, the fact of the matter is, Djokovic has won everything in the history of tennis, right? That has been available to him. He has the most Grand Slams. He has the most weeks at one. He has the most ATP finals. He has the most Masters. And he hasn't just won all of those. He has the most Grand Slams and has won at least 3 times on each surface. He's won all of the Masters at least twice. He is unthinkable. He has over 100 titles as well. He is the winningest man ever. Yet, at age 38, after conquering everything and everyone, including his direct rivals in Rafa and Roger, this is one of the most meaningful victories I've ever seen in my whole life. Because it just goes to show you, regardless of the generational gaps. Because as you said, Akivin, it's Yannick Sinner, the one thorn in Djokovic's side over the last 2 years. The man that took his spot as the king of Australia. The man that took his spot as the king of the hard courts. The man that's dominated him head-to-head. The man that has become the best returner on the tour. The man whose serve has been electric. Almost like a robotic version of Djokovic. Yet Djokovic has shown today that robots don't win. Humans with hearts, humans with heads, humans that can channel those energies and frequencies. Djokovic, a very spiritual man. That's why he is the greatest of all time. Because no matter what the odds are, no matter what the age is, Djokovic is the personification of, if I am still in the match, I'm always able to ascend and prevail.
Is he the greatest athlete of all time?
Is he the greatest athlete of all time? He's in my Mount Rushmore for sure. It's him, Lionel Messi, Michael Jordan. Those are my top 3. And him and Messi, you can decide which one's the better. I would say Djokovic is obviously more athletic, but as a sportsman, those are the only.
Mine's Cristiano, Djokovic, MJ, Tom Brady. One of them 4.
That's absolutely fair. And of course, it's for a different conversation. Today's more about honoring Djokovic, unless you want to get into it, of course. But
I
I
would.
have Messi. I have Messi and Djokovic simply because they're the only two that have won everything in their sport. They have nothing left to prove, and they hold every single record.
MJ still
And
hasn't won the.
sorry, I didn't hear you. You
M-
cut out on
M-
my screen.
MJ still hasn't won the NBA Cup.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why he's not my goal.
You know what I mean? I'm kidding. Larry Bird's my goat. Larry Bird's my goat. Larry Bird, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan. These three are one of my goats in the NBA. Obviously, got to include LeBron James too for his longevity and whatnot. But like, yeah. Can you guys let me know if I'm lagging, please? Just to quickly make sure if I'm lagging. Can some of you guys in the chat let me know if I'm lagging? If not, then I will sort it out. If it's Augustia's issue, then I'll sort his internet issue out as well. One of you guys in the chat, let me know if I'm lagging or whatnot, please. Let me know if any of you guys are still in the chat. But if you guys are still here, smash the likes. Make sure you guys hit subscribe as well. If you're new around here, we're trying to get to 550 by the end of the year. We're trying to get to 550 by the end of the year, if possible, people. And also, so not end of the year, excuse me, end of January. My bad, end of January. I was caught lacking there. Slightly. Okay, let me fix my internet real quick. Then hold on, I'll be right back. 1 second. How about now? Let me know. Because my internet's okay. Augustia's internet is not okay. I just need to know if my internet's doing alright. Just gotta make sure before I continue, people. Apologies. All good to go. Okay, cool. Thank you, bro. Thank you so much. Thank you. But yeah, as I was saying, bro, like it's just when you've seen it all with your favorite player, it's like the attachment is there. It's like you just can't see with a new one. It's like if Djokovic retires, it's gonna be very hard to support someone else. It's gonna be very very hard to support like a new player. Like I'll still have like a soft spot for certain other players, but like Djokovic is like my guy. You know, every time he loses the point, I get upset. I get upset. I get upset. It's like, no, he's gonna bottle it again. Do you know he? But you know he didn't. He nearly lost it against Musetti, but then again, Musetti just had to pull out unfortunately because of an injured ankle, or I don't know what happened to him in the game, but hopefully he gets well soon. Hopefully gets back to full fitness again and back to Grand Slams, back to competing for Grand Slams again. But yeah, no, like I said, it's crazy. You know, my guy at the age of 38 is in the Grand Slam final. It's like, it's hard to fathom. It's hard to take in. And whatever you people saying that Alcaraz win on Sunday or whatnot, I don't care. I'm gonna be with Djokovic for the rest of the way, and I really want to see him win it so badly. I want to see him win it so badly. I don't think I've had this type of feeling since the Celtics in 2024 when we won the NBA championship. I need this exact same feeling. I need the exact same feeling on Sunday. So yeah, just waiting for Gussie to join our people. But like I said, people, hit the like button if you're enjoying this. Make sure you guys subscribe as well if you're new. I'm trying to get to 550 subscribers by the end of January. If possible, we're at 544 right now. We're 6 subscribers away. 6 subscribers to go, people. 6 subscribers to go. If you're new, like I said, subscribe. And I'll be back live later for the Premier League show in about half an hour, 45 minutes. So make sure you guys do tune into that if you're a Premier League fan as well. If you're if you like the Premier League and whatnot. How's it now, Augustia?
Yeah, on mine you were very laggy for some reason. I can't see you at all, but I can hear you now, which is an improvement.
Can you see me now? All good?
No, I personally can't see you, but I can hear you. But I think the chat can see you, so as long as they can see both of us and hear both of us, that's okay.
How's it now?
No. Ekevin, on my screen, you're not visible. But if I go on YouTube, I can see you, I can hear you normally. So don't worry about that. I think it's just internal StreamYard issues.
I got one of the chat members to tell me if I was lagging or not. He said I was, but nah, it's okay. I think StreamYard is probably lagging today.
Yeah, StreamYard is significant.
This is the wrong show. This is the wrong show to be lagging, man. Wrong show to be lagging, bro. But I hope it doesn't lag on Sunday, man. I need. Well, if we do win on Sunday, hopefully it doesn't lag.
But you know what, Evan? It's probably because StreamYard is just overwhelmed. They're overwhelmed at what the fuck just happened. Because, sorry for the language, but we just witnessed.
I don't care.
We just witnessed the craziest day of Australian Open men's semifinals ever. I don't think I've ever seen something crazy. Almost a 6-hour clash, followed by almost a 5-hour clash. Nuts. Just nuts. Kudos. Just a round of applause for all 4 players because Zverev, Sinner, even though they didn't win, man, they were remarkable, especially in those 5th sets. But I guess it just shows you why, in my opinion, Djokovic and Alcaraz Ekevin are the 2 most complete players to ever pick up a tennis racket.
Fair enough, bro. Fair enough. And obviously, we have our predictions in the preview, but let's start with the game on Sunday. Both players made to 5 sets today. Both players are going to be absolutely knackered tomorrow morning when they wake up, but they have an extra day rest, obviously because of the finals on Sunday. I also wanted to ask you quick about something that happened earlier today in the Alcaraz versus Sasha Zverev match about the medical timeout. It's nothing against Carlos. I'm happy Carlos ended up getting something because at the end of the day, Carlos is a good professional. Like you gotta give props to Carlos. Like he's a top professional, top tennis player. This was not his decision. He asked for one, and they approved of it. And that's not on Carlos. That's more on umpires, in my opinion. And that's more on the tennis association. But what do you think of the medical timeout? And what do you think of, obviously, Alcaraz winning as well? Because we spoke about Djokovic. We spoke about, we'll speak of the Djokovic game again. But let's go back to the Alcaraz game. Alcaraz versus Zverev game. What did you make of that? What did you make of the game? I couldn't watch the full game because I was live. I had to go live twice for the Monday night preview. But what did you make of the game? And talk about the game and talk about the incident as well first, if you like.
Yeah, so the match itself, Alcaraz versus Zverev. If you didn't watch the game and you just saw the score and you saw the length of the match, you'd think it's an all-time classic, historic, on the same echelon as Djokovic versus Nadal in AO 2012 or Roger versus Novak in SW19 in 2019. But yes, as Zoltan in the chat says, it was really a game of three thirds. Yeah. A game of 3 thirds. The first third, Alcaraz won the first 2 sets. He was the better player, playing as the similar Alcaraz level as you expect, but Zverev showing that he can hang on and fight with the very best. But some way towards the end of the second and the beginning of the third set, Alcaraz started cramping up. And because cramps are circumstantial, they're not a long-term inherent injury. That is problematic. You don't know how long cramps will last, and it disrupts your movement completely. And Alcaraz, who his game heavily relies on his movement, that is a problem. So for set 3 and set 4, somehow, even though through supreme shot making, Alcaraz was able to hang in there, prolong those sets. But of course, there's only so much you can do being handicapped. So Zverev won the 3rd set and the 4th set. And then the 5th set, Alcaraz was regaining his rhythm, but Zverev somehow, some way, upped his level. Peak Sasha Zverev form. He was playing sensational tennis. Not the bottle job that we're used to seeing in the 5th set. He was playing great tennis. And then he ended up breaking Alcaraz, serving for the match at 5-4 in the 5th set. But unlike previously, when it was like the US Open final against Dominic Thiem, or all the other times that Sasha Zverev has choked on his racket rather than the opponent outplaying him. This was the inverse. Alcaraz just hit some of the most extraordinary shots, and Zverev was precipice of perfect. And that match point, so Alcaraz breaks back from 5-4 down, and then wins 3 games in a row, wins 7-5, with one of the best match points you'll ever see. Zverev with a serve out wide, stunning shot that is a winner against 99.9% of players, but somehow, as Alcaraz, because he's the best in the world, not only does he get to the shot, he also succeeds and hits a winner down the line. So that's the summary of Alcaraz versus Zverev. A topsy-turvy clash, mauled with injuries, but the better player won. And in terms of the incident you're referring to, Ekevin, there was an incident in the middle of the match when Alcaraz was cramping, and Alcaraz used that to justify medical timeout. But as you've been saying, Ekevin, the rules state that medical timeouts are only for serious injuries, things that are tangible.
Only in between sets, no? They're only allowed in between sets as well, no?
No, you can call a medical timeout during any changeover or advertisement break, but it has to be like a proper injury, like an ankle injury, a knee injury, a back injury. It can't be for cramps because you can't really treat cramps, right, Ekevin? So I think that's the problem. And do I agree with Sasha Zverev? I know it was in the heat of the moment where he said the statement of, you guys always prioritize Sinner and Alcaraz, but it is true. And I think it's a different conversation, Ekevin. But I know a lot of people criticize Sinner for what he did with the whole drug issue, and Alcaraz today with the medical timeout. But as you correctly pointed out, it's not really their fault if the governing bodies allow them to push the goalposts. Who wouldn't in their position? It's just doing whatever is desperate in order to decisively reign supreme. And that's why you don't think Alcaraz is a true champion yet. He lets big matches get away from him. I'm not sure about that. I would argue Alcaraz's mental toughness during pressure points.
More of a champion than Sinner is, in my opinion. That's what I would say.
No, I think Alcaraz, he might win a 7th Grand Slam at the age of 22. He's won 2 Grand Slams at the US Open, French Open, and Wimbledon. He's beaten Djokovic at a Wimbledon final when Djokovic was relatively in his prime. 5th set, by the way, something that even the great Roger Federer struggled at. So I think Alcaraz is the personification of a champion, and his attitude off the court. Maybe he doesn't have a personality like Djokovic, but he is still quite gracious and has humor, as we saw today. So I think Alcaraz is a champion. The one that I would agree with, Ekevin, I think Sinner is a champion, but you do have that court, you do have the drug case looming over him. So I get why that can be a little bit of a hindrance.
But yeah, Djokovic won as well, 3-2 against Jannik Sinner. Back to that game, unless you want to talk more about the other match.
I have nothing to say other than we may, depending on fitness, depending on illness, we may be about to witness one of the greatest finals in the history of the sport.
Okay. Fair enough, bro. Let's get to Djokovic Sinner, back to Djokovic Sinner again real quick.
Yep.
Djokovic managed to hold his serve very, very well. I feel like he basically allowed himself to serve his way through these games, and it's a good tactic. I mean, if you can't defend the serve, try and serve on your own. And Djokovic only made a few double faults in this game. I don't remember how many double faults he made, but you know what? Jannik Sinner's he managed to defend Jannik Sinner's serve as well in the 2nd, 4th, and 5th set. Like he managed to defend the serve well, because he broke. And Djokovic got broken how many times today? Twice today. He was broken twice today. Memory serve, correct?
He was broken twice today. The 2 sets that Sinner won.
And he broke Sinner 3 times. So I think he was the better. In my opinion, he was the better server at the end of the day. And he deserved the win, man. Classic game. Stayed in the game. Didn't let his fitness get to him. Didn't let his injury or whatever get to him. He did his thing. He got to the final, and you know what? I'm excited for Sunday. Looking forward to Sunday against Alcaraz. It's gonna be hopefully a good match. Hopefully, Djokovic does win. And we'll see, man. This is giving me a bit of Olympic final vibes, Celtics NBA 2024 champions vibes. Kinda. Hopefully, it does happen on Sunday. Hopefully, it really does. Hopefully, it gives me 2024 NBA Finals vibes, and the Olympics final vibes as well, man. That was, I mean, hopefully, like I said, Djokovic just win, and that's all I can really say. And I guess you want to add anything on the game before we go to the women's finals, semifinals?
I agree with you mostly, but I think the biggest difference between both of them today was just mental toughness. And I know you said that Djokovic served better than Sinner, but Djokovic had 12 aces. And Djokovic had 12 aces. Sinner had 26 aces, the most in the entirety of his career. Sinner had an 80% first serve win percentage. He had a 55% second serve win percentage, both higher and well above the tour average. So Sinner had a serving clinic. In fact, you can make the case the greatest serving performance in the entirety of his career. The problem was the break points. Ekevin, you said that Djokovic broke 3 times. Sinner broke 2 times. Do you know how many break points Djokovic had today?
How many?
He had 8 break points. So that means he converted 3 out of 8, basically 50%, right? And then Ekevin, do you know how many break points Jannik Sinner had today? Jannik Sinner, he had 18 break points, and he only broke twice. So that, Ekevin, that was the biggest difference. Being able to prevail in the pressure points. And I think that's just Ekevin, guys, that just shows you who Djokovic is as a player. Like, even in the grand scheme of the match, Djokovic had less points than Sinner. He won less points throughout the entire match, 140 points to 152 points. But same as Djokovic has done in so many of these major finals, he will allow you to dictate proceedings, but he will soak up pressure. He will take your feet, then he will take your soul, and then he will force you into the error or produce one of the most spectacular winners ever. And Ekevin, that is what Novak Djokovic did today. And I think the biggest difference between also today, stylistically, and the previous 5 meetings with Sinner is he had variety. He had variety, but he was also fresher. Djokovic is coming off 2 sets in the last 2 matches, right? A walkover in the round of 16, didn't play in the quarterfinals. So Djokovic had that advantage of physical freshness, something he hasn't had as someone in the twilight of his career. And then on top of that, he surprised Sinner. He had more variety. Sinner had to adapt during the game, and that versatility, something that Djokovic is a master at, adapting accordingly, proactively and precisely. Jannik Sinner was uncomfortable with. So the biggest difference was not the serve. Jannik Sinner's serve was supreme, but it was their ability to close the pressure points. And that's what Djokovic did. And Djokovic, Ekevin, grande, muy bien, touché, vamos, whatever language you want to speak, because that was a masterclass.
Idemo. It has to be Idemo.
Yes, Idemo Nole.
We're supporting Idemo Sunday. Anyways, predictions. Not predictions. You want to give predictions for the final now? Or you want to give predictions for the women's final first?
Save it for the last minute of our show.
Okay. Women's final, semifinal. I didn't watch it, so you're gonna have to carry. You have to carry on this one, please.
Yeah. So
and
the
also,
women's. Yep.
Just quickly, just let me point this out before you go. Arina Sabalenka and Novak Djokovic are both in the Grand Slam final. So if both win, they're gonna have a blast. You know how good of friends they are, right?
Yeah, but I don't want to put bad omens on you, but not even that. Arina Sabalenka and Carlos Alcaraz are also friends. They share the same birthday.
Much, bro. Also, guys, like I said, we're 6 subscribers away to 550. 6 subscribers away. Just get me there before the end of January, people. Come on.
Oh yeah.
Let's get there. Sorry, we're going. Please.
Zoltan, that is such high praise. It's our honor to have you on, and we hope we see you more often. So fun talking to you in chat. And I hate to break it to you, Carlos Alcaraz and Sabalenka are also friends. You know, they share the same birthday. So
really,
they share the same birthday. They also won the U.S. Open together. They're also both world number 1. So
yeah, Sabalenka is a Novak Djokovic fan.
Yeah, I mean, at the tour, who isn't now? But onto your women's semifinals that you were saying. So Sabalenka played.
He's also a Djokovic fan, isn't he?
Who's a Djokovic fan?
Carlos Alcaraz. He's also a Djokovic fan.
He likes Djokovic, but his favorite player is Roger Federer. That's who he said repeatedly. But yeah, I mean, who is? I mean, they all idolize Novak. They all learn from Novak, and that is crazy. But yeah, to your semifinals. So there were 2 semifinals, of course. stating the obvious. What a blanket statement from me. The first one was Sabalenka versus Svitolina, and Sabalenka, as we expected, Ekevin, as we both correctly called on the preview show. What did we say? Sabalenka comfortably swept past Svitolina, only dropping 5 games across the straight sets victory. Blah, I can't speak. So Sabalenka beats Svitolina 6-2, 6-3. But the controversy, the action wasn't in the game. Should we talk about what happened after the game, Ekevin? You sent me the video as well. Do you remember?
Go on.
So basically, after the game, after Sabalenka comfortably beat Svitolina, beat her by every metric, it was a quick match. They didn't shake hands. And again, if you those people that do the lip syncs, there's certain content creators that do lip sync. They basically guess what someone says when the audio is muted. Apparently, Sabalenka said, "Fuck you" to Svitolina after the clash. So yeah, but she didn't hear it. So this is allegedly, according to most people on the internet, reliable place. Sabalenka said, "Fuck you." Could be a mistranslation. And then, of course, Svitolina did not want to shake her hand due to the whole conflict in Eastern Europe.
Country conflict thing, country conflict. Is it because of that?
Yeah, I mean, look, obviously, we don't want to get, I don't know how politically you want to get here, but I think it's a shame because obviously, whatever you make of the conflict, of course, we condemn all killing and murder. I feel bad for Sabalenka in the sense she's not the one dropping the bombs. She's not the one firing the bullets.
I mean,
right? So whatever you feel towards the conflict itself, channel that energy towards the people that are creating the conflict or the conditions and the incentives for the conflict.
The media.
Not Sabalenka. Yeah, exactly. So I think it is a shame that Russians and Belarusians can't host their flag. Because also, Ekevin, Russia is not the only country in the world launching a war. I feel like there have been so many countries, Ekevin, recently, even across the Western Hemisphere, involved in some war. So I just feel bad for Sabalenka in that sense. But of course, the conflict between them, I guess it makes for good TV and good money, which is what it is, right? Profit and revenue. So that was the first clash. Sabalenka comfortably won. Once again, Sabalenka, the biggest difference between her and her previous version is her second serves. Sabalenka, similar to Zverev, used to choke under pressure, used to struggle on that second serve, but she is making very few double faults, the least double faults she has ever made throughout the tournament. So kudos to Sabalenka. She has been remarkable. Her game is just hard hitting, heavy hitting, overpowering for every single tennis player in her tier. So Sabalenka, Ekevin, she makes her fourth Australian Open final in a row, by the way, which is pretty nuts. That's 4 in a row for Sabalenka.
Big up King Khan.
Oh, legend in the chat. In a minute, seeing you. Yes, 100%. Hey, King Khan, why are you saying 2027? Why not this year? Hey, you never know.
We'll get to that sometime soon in the future. We'll see. But anyways, back to tennis.
Yeah, so Sabalenka beats
tennis media. Sorry, go.
This is okay. Sabalenka beats Svitolina in straight sets, and she reaches her 4th consecutive AO final, looking to win her 3rd Australian Open in 4 years, which Ekevin, pretty nuts, by the way. Really, really impressive for her. But she faces off against arguably the biggest adversary, stylistically, and also form-wise, in Rybakina. Rybakina was the other person who made the Australian Open final. Ekevin and I also called that.
I called her Rebecca by accident on the last show.
Hey, as long as she's winning, Rybakina, I don't think she'll mind. But yeah, so the other semifinal was between Rybakina and Jessica Pegula. Jessica Pegula, the American, the daughter of the Buffalo Bills owner. Funny enough, 100%, I agree. But
that is not this tennis show, but we'll get to United on the next show. Which is right after this, so tune into that.
Yes. So yeah, Jessica Pegula versus Elena Rybakina. That was the second semifinal. Jessica Pegula, American, the daughter of the Buffalo Bills owner. She made her first ever Australian Open final, breaking the curse of 3 consecutive Australian Open quarterfinal exits. Could she make it one step further to the final? No, she couldn't, because she was coming across against an immovable object in the Kazakhstan player Elena Rybakina, whose flat heavy hitting, also hard game, supreme serve. With a record of 19 wins and 1 loss this year, just steamrolled her, powered through her in straight sets, setting up a mouth-watering clash, Ekevin, between two of the most powerful players. A repeat of the WTA finals that happened just this past November between Rybakina and Sabalenka. So that's the final. That's where we're at, Ekevin. The two best women on courts that favor their games, right? The hard, heavy-hitting, fast game. That aligns with the medium to fast courts, which is the Australian Open, the fastest hard court Grand Slam there is. So it'll be a fun final, Ekevin. I myself cannot wait for it. Tomorrow, less than 24 hours to go.
Yeah, man, 100%, bro. Can't wait. But yeah, no, like I said, Rybakina and Sabalenka in the finals. Do you know what? Aryna Sabalenka is one of the most likable players on the tour. Like she causes no drama. Like she's just like a straightforward player. Like she's just like just doesn't do no bullshit. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? She doesn't cause any drama. She doesn't cause any, controversy. She doesn't cause no, like, how do you say, trouble on the tour. She's just like a very positive, energetic type of person. So hopefully she wins it. I want her to win it. If there's anyone to win it should be her. I hope it is her. And yeah, I can't wait. Tomorrow will definitely be interesting. What time is it tomorrow? The final?
3:30 p.m. our time, so 7:30 p.m., 8 p.m. local.
Same as Sunday, or Sunday is earlier, 3 p.m.
Exact same time for both. Main event.
I can't wait. But yeah, predictions anyway. Unless you want to add anything more.
No, I have nothing to add. It will be a blockbuster final. I don't know. Ekevin, you're right. Sabalenka, great energy. She seems like a super wholesome person. Friends with everyone, as you stated. And her game is just so brutal and brilliant at the same time. But Rybakina, Ekevin, the form she's in is nuts. Form is similar to Medvedev, the time that he faced Djokovic at the Australian Open a couple years ago, but he lost. The difference is I don't think Rybakina loses. I think Rybakina wins tomorrow. Ekevin. Okay. Calling it now. I think it's going to contrast your prediction. I have Rybakina beating Sabalenka in 3 sets. And they're head-to-head. Pretty even, by the way. But Rybakina just beat them the last time they faced off. Ekevin, they played in the women's version of the ATP Finals last November, by the way. Rybakina beat her in straight sets.
Okay.
And heading into this tournament, Rybakina won the only tournament that happened the week before the Australian Open. And also she has a record of 19 wins and 1 loss. So she's in insane form at the moment.
I'm nervous to hear your next prediction, but I'll get to that in just a bit.
What's yours?
I'll go Sabalenka in 2, just to be a bit different. But it'll be like 2 tight sets. It'll be like 6-4, 6-4. So I think it'll be. But
anyways. I have it 3 sets, but 1 set will be tight. 2 of them will just be a washover. Both of them will win a set apiece very dominantly. Then that 3rd set will be interesting. That's how I see it. Now, Ekevin.
Onto Sunday.
The moment.
Do you want to hear mine first because I'm the Novak fan, or do you want to... Wait, who gave their prediction first yesterday on the show? Who gave their prediction first yesterday? Was it me or was it you that gave the prediction first?
I think you gave it first, but you should give it last now, because you're the Novak guy.
What did I say? I said Sinner to win in 4, didn't I?
You did, yes. Hey, if you go back, I actually didn't give a prediction for that show. I said if it ends early, Sinner wins. If it ends as a 5-set thriller, Djokovic wins.
You did. That was you gave your prediction. You said Djokovic.
No, yeah, exactly. So I didn't give a full heads down prediction, chest out prediction, but I said that the circumstances, if it goes the distance, it means Djokovic won. So prophetic. But do you want me to go first or second, Ekevin?
Who went first yesterday?
I don't remember. I thought it was you, but I could be mistaken.
I think you went first.
Okay.
Actually, no. Can you check?
I understand. Superstitions is very important, by the way.
Can you check? Please, I need to get these done. Guys, if you're new, like I said, smash the likes and make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'm literally going live at about 15-20 minutes for the Premier League show, so make sure you guys do tune into that. And just make sure you guys go over there and watch and tune in. We're going to leave our Premier League predictions and Premier League preview for the weekend, Game Week 24. And if you want to check out my reaction to the Champions League round of playoff draw, I did like a 10-minute live. Make sure you guys go check it out if you haven't done so already. And we're going to do the NFL show sometime this week. So people, make sure you guys do keep it. Make sure you guys tune in. Chelsea trying to call it Manchester United. I don't know, bro. We'll see, man. We'll see. I don't really care about that, to be fair. It's them. But anyways, Agustio, who went first?
Kevin, I hate to break it to you. You didn't say center and forward. Can I? If I show your own video, it won't get copyrighted, right?
No. Go ahead. I don't care. I've showed my clips many times on stream. Go on, please.
All right, listen to this.
I'll go Djokovic in. I'll go Djokovic in 5. Fuck it. I mean, but even though I know Yannick's probably gonna win.
Oh no, you said the next sentence. No, so so you said Djokovic in 5, then I said I agree.
Wait. Are you telling me I called it again, like how I did against Arsenal last weekend?
Yeah, but then a few sentences after, I'm just hearing it. You said that you think you know Yannick Sinner's going to win, but you're just going to say Djokovic in 5. So I don't know what that means. No, but it's like the Arsenal prediction. Remember, Akivin, you said head, you think a draw, but heart, you think a United 3-2 win. It's the same thing.
In my head, I got Alcaraz in 4. In my heart, I have Djokovic in 5. So I'm going to stick to my heart, and I'm going to go with Djokovic in 5. He's going to get that number 25, hopefully. I don't care whatever God you believe in on Sunday. Go on and get that prayer. Go set the prayers for Djokovic. He needs it all. We need it all, and I will be there. Even if, I'll be there after the game regardless. But you know what? I hope and pray it's a win. I really do. I need a win more than anything. And we need to protect a certain, we need to protect the record of wins. But listen, I don't want to mention anything too much on here. We got to keep it a buck. We got to keep it real. Agustia. So I gave my prediction first and you did after, yeah?
Correct.
The floor is yours.
Novak Djokovic, the man with the most Grand Slams in the history of tennis. Carlos Alcaraz, the youngest ever world number 1. Novak Djokovic, the greatest ever world number 1. Carlos Alcaraz, if he wins on Sunday, he becomes the youngest to win every single Grand Slam at the age of 22. Something that Novak, Roger, and Rafa only dreamed that was a thought. Novak Djokovic, if he wins on Sunday, he wins his record-extending 25th Grand Slam. And for those who look at all tennis records, going well beyond the Open era, if he wins 25, he stands alone. He stands above Margaret Court, who won 24. So that's another added layer that we didn't discuss.
He's on his own mountain. Nobody can catch him.
He already is when it comes to ability, accomplishments, and mentality. But
we still can't. We still can't dismiss.
It's the grade, of course.
We still can't dismiss that, Margaret. I don't care if it's an open era or whatnot. It's nothing to do with that. We still got to Margaret Court.
Yeah, I'm not going to disrespect Margaret Court. I'm just going to say because rules were changing and there was less of a competition. Djokovic is 24, and of course you can't blame Margaret Court. You can only play who's in front of you. But in terms of significance and status and quality, Djokovic's was obviously a little bit more of a developed time when he achieved what he achieved. But coming back to this, so who do I have? Is it going to be 25? Is it going to be the career slam for Carlos Alcaraz? Ekev in my head.
I agree. I need to hear that I agree, please.
Okay, Ekev, say your prediction one time. State your prediction one sentence. I'll give you my.
I'm gonna say Djokovic in 5.
Ekevin, from the bottom of my heart, I hate to be that guy, But I agree with you. I think Novak Djokovic wins his 25th Grand Slam this weekend.
Okay.
That is my prediction. And I think the Djokovic-Alcaraz matchup, it favors Djokovic more than the Djokovic-Sinner matchup. Hey, heck, he beat Alcaraz on one leg last year. Let's not forget this. And Alcaraz is also dealing with his own issues. Would it surprise me if Alcaraz won? No, but I'm going to say the same thing. Alcaraz may win in straights, but Djokovic may take it to the distance. It's the same thing. I'm saying for the Sinner match. The exact same thing. No difference. That's how I feel.
How would Djokovic do against these guys in his prime? Bro, he would absolutely decimate them in his prime. If prime Djokovic was playing today, this match would have been over in 1 hour and 15 minutes. I'm not even joking. I'm not even taking the piss. This game would have been over in 1 hour and 15 minutes. It would have been the quickest Grand Slam final. It would have been the quickest Grand Slam semifinal you ever watch.
No joke. I personally think if it was Djokovic Alcaraz in their primes apiece, it would go 5 sets. Because Djokovic's game is not to put someone away; it's to soak up pressure. Djokovic is the Jose Mourinho, right? And with Sinner, I think it'd go 4 sets. He would beat Sinner comfortably. Alcaraz will always be a tough matchup for these guys. No, absolutely not.
They're not overhyped. No, they've been dominating. They've been dominating the slam for about a year now because Djokovic obviously won a few slams prior to that. So they've been dominating for more than a year. So listen, Djokovic needs to break that and break the dominance and be that Sir Alex Ferguson when he broke the Celtic and Rangers dominance by winning with Aberdeen. I'm not trying to say Djokovic is an underdog. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying breaking it down.
He is the underdog.
No. I'm not saying underdog in that sense. I'm saying that because he's already won 24 Grand Slams, he's not the biggest underdog ever like Aberdeen was when they were with Sir Alex Ferguson. That's what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is break the dominance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Break a dominance.
Basically be Djokovic from 15 years ago when he broke the dominance of Federer and Nadal. Do the same thing. Right? Except today he's not young, he's old.
I'll be real. If Djokovic is the only guy that can provide competition for these guys. If not, then
it's Zverev as well. Gotta give him a bit of credit.
Be real with you, Augusta. He only gets to the semifinals and nothing further, and then he chokes on his last.
He made the Australian Open finals last year, and he made a couple of French and U.S. Open finals. Zverev can do it. The problem is, and he can compete with them, just as he showed today. He can actually go toe to toe with these guys. It's just that if his mentality was even just a little bit similar to Alcaraz and Sinner, he would be a multiple-time Grand Slam champion.
But yeah, as I was saying, do you know what it is? Like for me, I have to be very cautious with my prediction. I'm always very cautious with my prediction because here, Augusta, you and I have not had good luck with our Grand Slam predictions over the past year. Especially on stream. Last year, you and I backed Novak to do so much, but we just never got there. This year, we're trying to be very, very cautious with our predictions. You know what I'm trying to say? We are very cautious with our predictions, and we are. Do you know what it is? We are very. How do you say it? Like it's superstitious.
Yeah.
And on Sunday is like, it's a must win for Djokovic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but can I add one thing real quick?
Go on. I forgot what I was gonna say. I think something to do with like not dominance, but what I was gonna say it's something to do with what'd you say? Our luck on here has not been good. It's not been easy.
To be fair, sorry.
It's not been good. Like our luck on here hasn't been amazing, but I got Djokovic. I predicted Djokovic to win the whole thing in was it he last won before? Was it Budapest?
Greece.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that's the Champions League. Budapest. But no, actually, our luck has not been too bad. I got. If you watch the streams before all the Grand Slam finals last year, I got 3 out of 4, 75%. The only one being Wimbledon, where I had Alcaraz over Sinner. That was the only difference. Otherwise, I've called Alcaraz or Sinner winning their respective slams. But this time,
Augusta, Djokovic and Alcaraz, we both got it right last year. Let's repeat it again this year.
Yeah, but my only caveat is if Alcaraz is fit, and boy, if he has no fitness issues, no cramps, no ailments. Even if it goes 5 sets, unlike Jannik Sinner, Alcaraz's mentality especially during those pressure points, is the guy, if I could pick anyone in the history of tennis, to rival Djokovic's mentality. So that's the danger with Alcaraz, where if we got to a fifth set, Ekavin, and Djokovic broke, like with Sinner, yes, of course there was nerves. Yes, of course there was doubt. But I still knew Djokovic was definitely better from a mental side. So I wasn't worried there. But with Alcaraz, I'd be worried because he can go toe-to-toe with Djokovic in every single facet. And obviously as a player today, he is much better. So Alcaraz Djokovic will be tough. I will just say, of course, I'm going to pick Djokovic to win 25 because, again, he hasn't played. He's only played 5 matches all tournament, including.
I mean, same. Yeah, no. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here. I ain't gonna shout you out for that.
King, you better do a watch along, by the way. But no,
Huh?
so now King better do a watch along. So no, I was just saying,
No.
Djokovic. Oh yeah, King, don't do a watch along. Actually, don't. Yeah.
No. Leave it. Don't say it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Superstition prevails.
All right, never mind. You know, actually, it's okay. Forget about it. Go on, please.
But yeah, so basically, the problem with difference Alcaraz and Sinner is Sinner converted 2 of his 18 break points. Alcaraz, you give him 18 break points, he will convert 14 out of the 18. So Djokovic, he has to cut down those errors as well, be a little bit more decisive when he aims for those winners, but still aim to soak up the pressure the same way he did against the Jannik Sinner. And 25, genuinely, the stars are aligning. The fact that Djokovic had an opponent walk over in the round of 16, had a quarterfinals matchup where his opponent retired. Yeah, man. It just seems like Ekavin, the stars are aligning. It is written in the stars, I think. Novak Djokovic winning his 25 down under in Melbourne to solidify why he is undoubtedly the greatest of all time. I think that might be the narrative come Sunday.
You called it as well in the Australian Open preview that if this is the tournament, if he wins the tournament, it's gotta be in Melbourne because where everyone's at the start, everyone's fresh. He's fresh. You know what I mean? I don't understand why you hate Djokovic so much, but I don't know what he's done to you. But all right, good luck, man. Good luck to you, bro. Honestly, good luck to you. And enjoy the Haylong. I'll be there whether he wins or loses. I can give a shit. Hits a few outs in a row today. Yeah, I saw that. He was inconsistent today. That's the problem. But I don't get the hate for Djokovic, man. I'll be honest with you. It's his younger days. He's no longer the same guy as he was in his younger days no more. You know what I mean? I couldn't care less what people think about Djokovic, but at the same time, I just question why. I just question why you hate him. Like, what has he done to you? What's he done for people to hate him? Like, just because he was so angry and everything in his younger days doesn't mean he's a different guy in his older days. Like, sorry, it means he's now a different guy in his older days. People grow up idolizing him. But up to you. At the end of the day, if you hate him, you hate him. I'm not going to say anything. I couldn't care less. Do your hate alongs, do whatever you want. I couldn't care less. I don't care. Do your hate alongs and do whatever. Oh no, it's nothing, bro. It's nothing. I'm just saying, Djokovic, when in his younger days, was that mood, that guy, you know, that kept on losing it with umpire. Is it the same with hating Ronaldo, Messi? I don't know. But at the end of the day, like I couldn't care less.
No, I think the hate for Djokovic is because he disrupted a duopoly between Roger and Rafa, and everyone, fans to press, everyone was.
I can smell some saltiness in the chat, but whatever. It's not that I care, anyways. Go on.
Yeah, so I was saying that. I was saying that Djokovic, the same thing that it's not similar to Messi and Ronaldo. Djokovic came to the sport in a time when the top two were solidified, and the top two were basically stamped and approved by the supporters, by the staff, by the tour itself. They were your role models. They were your poster boys. They were designed to be basically your statesmen of your sport. But Djokovic came in and disrupted that, and he basically destroyed what was a fairy tale for most. And then on top of that, Djokovic is a very authentic guy. So big up Authentic World Analysis, by the way. But Djokovic is a very authentic guy. So when you don't abide by a status quo, people hate you. So that's what happened.
Do you agree with this comment? I think he surpassed that.
Yeah, he was initially the third wheel. He was the third wheel when you became a Djokovic fan. But eventually, there is no rivalry. There is no discussion. Even if there is fishing going on over here, the fact is Djokovic is the greatest of all time. And he holds every major stat possible, as we've said. And again, he beats them at the head-to-heads. Although with Federer, I know it's context is required. Most of Djokovic's victories were towards the end of Federer's career. Most of Federer's were towards the beginning of Djokovic's career. But yeah, there is no rivalry. To me, if you ask me, it's S tier Djokovic, Federer, and Nadal. That's how I rank them. But in terms of pure ability, I'm saying this now, you can quote me. I think Carlos Alcaraz is the more complete player than Novak Djokovic. I really believe that, Ekman. And I think at the end of their careers, Carlos Alcaraz will be the better player in terms of pure ability. Now, does he get to 25? Probably not. But the reason people hate Djokovic, as I said, is because he's the new kid on the block that disrupted the status quo, rhetorically and also with the two fan favorites. That's why they hate him.
But yeah. Anyways, sorry, go on. You guys said anything?
Sorry, Monkey D. Luffy said attitude problems with youngsters are normal. He's right. You know who did had an attitude problem? Do you remember who had an?
Federer had a as well.
My goodness, guys! If you thought Djokovic at a young age was bad, Federer before he became a Grand Slam champion was a nightmare. Self-admittedly, the guy was swearing, throwing rackets, petulant, immature. That's who he was, right, Ekman?
He literally called out Djokovic for beating him at the U.S. Open. Remember when? And then after that, he basically he didn't hold himself accountable. He just blamed. What do you call himself for? He didn't blame himself. He blamed Novak, or he didn't hold himself accountable for that loss. Remember that semifinal? He didn't want to hold himself accountable in that press conference, and he decided to to just shit on Novak in a way.
Now, I know what you're talking about. I'm not defending Federer, but the context is Federer at the Davis Cup. Davis Cup was basically the World Cup for tennis. Switzerland and Serbia were facing off, and Djokovic's father was making crude.
Third best when he has 24 Grand Slams. How is he third best?
No. Ekman, I don't agree with King's treatment, but
it doesn't make sense.
But Ekman, he's saying at the peak, at the pomp of their power. So not about career, it's about the pomp.
I think Federer is on top. I think Djokovic is in second. I think Nadal in third.
Yeah.
If you're going prime for prime, then yeah. But if you're talking about goats of tennis, then Djokovic is by far. You know what I mean? Like,
no,
I don't.
Prime.
Bro, I'm just trying to enjoy a Djokovic win for once, and I don't care if it's rage bait. I don't give a shit. Like, it's not the time, bro. I'm not in the mood for all that, to be honest with you. And I know people are gonna be gonna call me childish. Well, I'm not childish. Trust me, I'm not rattled. It's not the time for me to discuss all that right now. I just want to enjoy it. Just want to enjoy the moment,
Yeah, 100%. Make the most of it. I mean, you never know when it is your last, and especially for Djokovic, he's 38. I just can't see him already. He's struggling physically, and he's only played 4 matches all tournament. I can't see him sustaining this level another year, as in from a conditioning standpoint. But to the point that King is making, if they all started their career at the same time, Djokovic would be a footnote like Murray and Tim Henman. I don't know. I think, you see, Djokovic's X factor has not been his ability, it's been his mentality. And his whole game is a Jose Mourinho style of soak up pressure. And you can't do that if you don't have the peak mentality. And one of the things that tribalized Djokovic, of course, his traumatic upbringing, being in a war-torn country, being bombed by a bunch of Western countries. But it's not just that. It's also because Djokovic was the third child, the unwanted kid. So he already embodied that mindset of, they hate me, I'm going to do whatever it takes to win. I'll be the villain, and I'll manipulate it to be the hero in my mind. But it would be interesting. If Djokovic didn't have all those variables, would he have grown as much? I'm not sure.
Fun fact, Djokovic beat Prime Federer and Prime Nadal when he wasn't even in his prime yet. So you can talk about footnote on tennis like Murray and Henman, or you're like, Djokovic would be well clear of Andy Murray. Djokovic would be well clear of Andy Murray.
I don't think Djokovic beat Prime Federer in a Grand Slam.
He did.
It depends on what you define. If you define 09 as... No, I wouldn't say 09 is Prime Federer. No, I think 09 was after his prime.
Federer was in his prime until about 33. 34.
Well, I think the word prime is misleading. If you prime as in peak of his powers, I think was 2004 to 2006 or 7. That was Federer's prime. And then the moment he had that stomach illness in 2008, then he didn't reach those levels of consistency and durability. So I think his prime was that. But again, like King Khan makes the point, it's not that Djokovic didn't beat Federer in his prime. It's that they didn't get to play much. And when they played much, Djokovic was a kid. Their first Grand Slam meeting in 2007, do you know what the score was? Federer whooped Djokovic in the 4th round of the Australian Open in straight sets. But as Federer said, he doesn't even remember it. Not out of disrespect to Novak, but because it was just...
Was just starting his career.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. So it's harsh on Novak to use that completely. But of course, we can't discount that. The same with Federer against Novak in the last years.
But the fact that Nadal and Federer were still winning in Djokovic's era it still just tells you how great these three are. It just tells you how dominant these three are in tennis.
Oh, absolutely. And yeah, even though they weren't in their total absolute prime, they still, as Ekman said, they were still somewhat peak level. It's not like they were bad. They were still like decent. But yeah,
Sorry,
go on.
No. Finish it because I have to go in a bit.
Yeah, so I was gonna say no, but anyways, this is a great conversation. We should continue it some other time. Sports talk as well, King as well. But no, I'm proud of Djokovic as a fan, as a supporter of sport. Today, the emotion, the journey that he took us on, he just personified why we are sports fans today, Ekman. The agony into ecstasy, the tragedy into triumph. Man, kudos to Djokovic. Congratulations, because this win, one of his greatest wins ever, and that is saying something. I mean, the guy's done everything, beaten everyone, but it's because he beat Sinner at this specific stage of his career and with the records that Sinner is chasing. Wow. Just wow, Ekman. Wow.
But yeah, people, I do have to go because I have a show in literally 10 minutes with this fraud himself. So make sure you guys hit the like button. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to him as well. You know what I mean? As much as I take the piss and all that. As much as he takes the pisses and all that. You know, go subscribe to him too. Both of his channels. And subscribe here. We're 6 subscribers away from 530. We're literally at the end of January already, guys. How time flies, isn't it? Me and Augusty were literally just doing sports talk in December. And now it's already January. Like almost at the end of January. So guys, subscribe. 6 subscribers, like, comment, and share. We just need that, and then we'll get to 550. Back live in about 10 minutes for the Premier League show. So I'll see you guys then. Augustia, any thoughts? Did I cut you off earlier? Do you want to add before we go? Did you want to?
Absolutely not, Ekman. Just enjoy the moment. That's all I have to say. For those watching, Djokovic, Alcaraz fans, tennis fans, enjoy the moment. Because this is history. And this is beauty at its finest.
And also, people, do stay tuned to the channel because I might have a bit of a surprise for the chat, and I might have a bit of a surprise for the audience as well in the 2 days. So make sure you guys do tune in. Augusta, you already know what it is, but I will reveal that after tomorrow. But obviously, I do have to go because I have a show in about 15-20 minutes. See you guys soon. Last thoughts?
Sabalenka, Rybakina, Djokovic, Alcaraz. Good luck. Make it your weekend. History on the line. That's all.
You're not joining the Prem show anymore, bro. Goodbye. Anyways, see you guys. I demo Nole. Like, just subscribe. Peace. Take care.